Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
Political career.
Also, how to handle a work wife and more on the Worst of The Riot podcast.
Happy hump day, Isaiah.
Well, howdy.
You know anybody that would say that sincerely? Happy hump
Maybe
day.
like anybody over the age of 43.
43
My mom says
is
that to me sometime.
Happy hump day.
She says that sometimes.
Yeah, I can't. That's the last time I'll say that.
No, I think you should say it every day.
No,
It really
every day.
leans into your personality.
Every day.
Really leans into your personality.
On Monday, I'm going to come in. I'm going to be like, almost hump day. That'll be my thing. Speaking of humping, I have an AI robot here in Saudi Arabia, and it's like unveiling press conference. There's a female news reporter standing next to it, and it's like a humanoid, like it looks like a person. It's actually dressed like a man would dress in Saudi Arabia. And at this unveiling press conference, the robot reaches towards the woman's butt.
How is that even possible?
That's what it thought it should do at that moment.
Can't be possible.
To be clear, the company that made the robot said that the robot is fully autonomous and was operating independently without direct human control. Just to be clear, no human told it to use some little joystick and directed its hand towards the woman's hind end.
But doesn't it feel like some human at some point told it that? Or did it just come up with that? Is it just free thinking?
if you make
out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's a tale as old as time. You set up a robot, you program it, and no matter what you do, it's going to do this. If it's based off of human interaction, this will happen eventually.
Like, how did this get into the training data
Yeah.
for the AI? How is that even possible?
Well, it actually makes sense, right? Because if you specifically programmed the or left out anything about butts to a robot when it trained, then it wouldn't know, and so it wouldn't know that it was bad. But if you specifically program stuff in about butts, then it also might overload it. I don't know how a robot. I do know. I mean, we've seen this with AI. We've seen this with like the Google Gemini stuff that came out. Either AI it never winds up exactly where we want it. It's either it overcompensates because the people programming it overcompensate, or it does the complete opposite and it's way to the other side. We just can't get it quite right. And this is just another instance of that, I feel.
I think the first thing you should program a robot to do is not touch humans. No touchy touch. No touchy.
Can you program?
No touchy touch.
Can you program a negative?
Yeah, you can say don't touch people. If you can't figure out don't touch people, you can't build a robot. I'm sorry, you can't build a robot.
Nobody wants to be touched. People don't want to be touched by people. Definitely not by robots.
I don't want a robot putting his arm around me. What is the pro to that? What is the pro to a robot touching me? What's he gonna do? Shake my hand? I don't even want to shake its hand. I don't want no shake.
You could feel loved.
Nope, I don't want
by
it.
the robot.
No.
Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
Would you rather? It's Would You Rather Wednesday. This isn't the official Would You Rather question, but I'm asking you. Would you rather win a Super Bowl or be vice president?
Oh, win a Super Bowl.
Win a Super Bowl?
100%. You make way more money.
You think it's an easy choice?
You make way more money.
All you care about is money.
Yes, and everybody doesn't hate you. Actually, sorry. Half the country doesn't hate you.
Well, this is the difficult choice that is now put before Aaron Rodgers.
Well, it seems like an easy one for him.
Which one do you think he's going to choose?
Well, he's not winning a Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
But
Wait. He's not winning a Super Bowl.
He's not winning a Super Bowl, but he is making way more money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting on his couch. Last year, he didn't have to play.
That's true. But he's got an opportunity here. He has been approached, according to, this is the New York Times, and this is pretty robust reporting here that has confirmed that Aaron Rodgers has been approached by presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He had a campaign ad during the Super Bowl So it makes sense. Aaron Rodgers as his running mate, vice president. Now, Aaron faces some stiff competition because apparently former Minnesota governor and former professional wrestler Jesse Ventura is also in the running. Seems like a two-horse race for who will campaign as vice president with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. this fall.
What a wild ask.
It is a wild ask.
Of all people to reach out to.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you knew that he was going to show some interest.
That's right. Aaron has, this is the quote, he is welcome to the overtures.
There is one thing I know about Aaron is every offseason, he likes to make you think he's not going to play football.
Uh-huh.
He likes to spend a little time for himself to decide if he's going to continue or not.
Mm-hmm.
That way, the franchise that he's a part of has big questions on their future.
Yeah.
Don't really know what to do in the draft.
Are you not allowed to play football and also run for vice president at the same time?
Doesn't seem like something that you could balance.
What better campaign for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. than Aaron Rodgers being out there slinging it every Sunday? And then all the news networks would have to say, vice presidential candidate Aaron Rodgers had a big day on Sunday, 4 touchdowns in their win over the Bills. That'd be great campaign. Free advertising.
I hope that he runs.
Yeah.
I am 100%. I'm totally fine with him running. This is like the most normal offseason news that has come out so far about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's not on some sort of weird drug.
Yeah.
He's not taking it as some weird conspiracy theory. And so this, for him, I feel like this is pretty low-key.
Why? I want to be careful what I say here, but I'm just going to say, why do you think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. approached him?
Why do I think he approached him?
Yeah.
Oh, to get his name in the news.
Oh, no, I mean, like, they're serious about this. I mean, the things that Aaron says, not all that different from the things Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says. So they are, Robert F. Kennedy, he's a serious candidate. Like in the polling,
he's not a serious
candidate. Can he really
candidate.
win? No, but he's like a lot of, I don't want to offend.
I'll offend people.
Yeah. He's
not serious.
But his ideas have gained a lot of traction because he's getting a decent amount of polling. Maybe that's just because people are upset about the other two people that are running. A
lot of Aaron Rodgers' ideas get a lot of attention too.
Yeah.
When we talk about him on the show, yesterday he believed in what? Some sort of Wakanda society? Similar to Black Panther. I mean, we talk about a lot of the things he says, mainly because they're stupid.
Isaiah's not voting for RFK Jr., sounds like.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
If I told you that Taco Bell was shutting down all of its dining rooms in an entire major U.S. city, which city would you guess that would be in?
It seems like a big city.
Yeah.
Let's go with like Chicago.
Chicago. That's a good guess. It's wrong. In the city of Oakland, Taco Bell is no longer going to have, it sounds like, the insides of their restaurants open. The drive-thru, still fine, but they're not going to have anybody allowed to eat in at Taco Bell's throughout the city of Oakland, California.
Is it just Taco Bell? Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King?
Taco Bell's made the biggest headlines, but it was actually a recent headline as well that in the city of Oakland, In-N-Out closed their restaurant. It's the only In-N-Out, I believe, that's ever closed. And the reason they closed it is the same similar reasons that Taco Bell is closing their dining rooms, is because of the crime situation. They can't keep people under control. People that are like parking there or whatever, their cars are getting broken into, whatever. And so they just don't think that it's the safest thing they can do to keep these things open. And so now drive-through only when you're at Taco Bell.
Of all places to get your car broken into, a place that you're walking inside for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It feels like from a Taco Bell, when you're ordering, you could look out and see your vehicle.
You would hope.
And see that it's being broken into.
But you just get so lost in the Nachos Bel Grande that everything else seems to fade away.
Like people's cars are really getting broken into that frequently when they walk inside the door. That's a wild statistic.
I think it's that, and then added into then you're like when crime is so high, you're increasing the odds of somebody coming in and like mugging the cashier. You're increasing the odds of people getting into fights in the dining room. So it's just a bunch of hassle that they can't afford to deal with, apparently.
Yeah, it feels as if Taco Bell closing the inside of their restaurants probably doesn't feel like a fix to Oakland's issue.
No, yeah. They're just doing what they can. I don't think this is going to... Wouldn't that be wild? Taco Bell's closed their dining room. Crime problem solved.
We're good.
Oakland, crime rate plummeted. As soon as the Taco Bells closed their dining rooms, it changed everything.
Where do they go next? At first, they were at Taco Bell and In-N-Out, apparently.
Uh-huh.
Now, where are they headed to? Arby's? Is Arby's next?
Yeah, watch out, Arby's. The criminals are headed your way. That would be a big insult to injury, to be sitting in a Taco Bell. You just had your meal and you walk out to your car and it's been, somebody smashed the windows in and took your change.
A fast food restaurant's like a top 3 place that if my car got broken into, I'd be upset.
Yeah.
Number 1 would be a gas station because that's just too quick.
Yeah, how do they do that? Although I've seen the videos on TikTok where they like sneak up while you're pumping if you walk around the pump or whatever.
Or you go inside and go to the bathroom?
Yeah, and they just drive away. Yeah, you can't do. But yeah, Taco Bell will probably be a close second. Some would say that the Taco Bell drive-thru sometimes it feels like you're just sitting in a parking lot. So, but at least you're with your car then.
Well, now the lines are going to be even longer.
That's right. You're going to be trapped.
You thought the wait was long before.
Yeah.
Hudson is the maple syrup, and Isaiah is the power protein flapjack. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Get ready to text your verdict in on this one to 8772 Radio U. Our defendant today, a Lincoln, Nebraska woman. Her name is Dawn Thompson, 45 years old. She is facing a felony theft charge. She's accused of stealing over $27,000 worth of gas. From a pump and pantry gas station location. You might be wondering, how could she have taken over $27,000 worth of gas? How did she accomplish this? But she found a glitch in the gas station pumps. She found that if you enter in your rewards card, it presents your rewards card on these pumps as a method of payment. If you have enough rewards, I guess. And she found, when it asks for your debit or credit card, she found that if you enter that first, you put in your rewards, and then when it prompts you again, you enter that again, and it would put it into demo mode and allow you to pump your gas for free. And so she did, and she pumped a lot of it. Over $27,000 worth. An estimated 7,413 gallons of gas she got for free.
That's unbelievable.
Unfathomable. Pump and Pantry. How are they in business when they've given up so much free fuel to this woman? So now she is facing a felony theft charge for stealing so much gas.
And you got to think, how did she, over the course of 6 months, pump $27,000 worth of gas?
She must have been doing a lot of driving.
And you got to think she was just taking gas cans there, filling those up.
She must have a warehouse full of them.
She's just tons of gas.
Because there's no normal person, even if you drive a lot and you drive a Hummer or something, you wouldn't need 7,000 gallons of gas in 6 months, right?
I mean, 27.
That's over $1,000 of gas, or 1,000 gallons of gas per month. Nobody drives that much.
That's $4,500 a month on gas. Think about how much you spend a month on gas.
Yeah.
That's like 10x that.
I think if I had to guess, I feel like I fill up like once a week. Now, I don't drive that much compared to probably some other people, but I mean, what? I mean, less than $200 probably a month. So this woman, far and away exceeding that.
She was going every day. She was filling up gas cans. So for me, in this scenario, in the beginning, you're like, she kind of found a glitch.
Yeah.
But then you're like, but you went too far.
Yeah. Because I can get it. I can get it if the first time you figured this out, what are you going to do? You're going to pump for free. Any person. You're going to walk in and tell the gas station attendant, hey, I accidentally filled my tank for free. Probably
That's how morally good you are.
Yeah. Probably not. You're gonna take that one, take that win, and then maybe you go back and you're like, well, let's see if it still works.
Look at
and,
you little thief.
And then it does,
You're a
and then you're
thief.
like, okay, and then maybe that pattern repeats for a few times, but that's just you filling up your own gas tank. That's one thing, and that's not going to amount.
That's one form of stealing.
Yes,
you know?
that's right. That's maybe not a felony, maybe that's a misdemeanor, but that's not $27,000 in 6 months. This is a repeated pattern of behavior that is. She clearly, and like, what do you do with this gas? Nobody's gonna buy gas from you, right? You're not reselling it.
Oh, she was just
stockpiling for the rest of her life.
When they fix this glitch, she would have a bunch of gas, and you know that if she was willing to pump $27,000 worth of gas over a 6 month period, you know she told other people about this. You know she wasn't the only one, but
do you think so? Or do you think she kept this under wraps because she's just like, if I tell somebody, that could have ruined the whole operation?
I think she had to have told someone, but you know what that person she told did? They didn't go crazy with it because we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
If you didn't pump $30,000 worth of gas in 6 months, you may be able to do this for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, once or twice, maybe you let it slide, but you charge it to the game, as they say. But this $27,000 in 6 months, that's a criminal.
Switch texted and said maybe she had other people using her rewards card too, showed them how to do it. Maybe she has teenagers.
And now she's taking the fall.
Either way, it's wrong.
Yeah, either way. Guilty.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
The question is, put two sitcom characters together from different shows that you think would get along really well. We have Todd chiming in. He says Phil from Modern Family and Joey from Friends.
I like that one.
Yeah? You think that would work?
I think that would work.
I've never seen Modern Family
at
all.
I love Modern Family. Phil could match with so many great characters. I had like 3 different ones. I had Joey's a good one. Michael Scott from The Office, another funny one.
Yeah.
Phil matches with a lot of people. I would love to see that character. He's one of my favorite sitcom characters ever. I would love to see him in multiple different ones.
You mentioned Michael from The Office. Crystal suggested that Michael from The Office would pair well with Kramer from Seinfeld, which is an absolute match in my mind. They would be bad for each other. They would just get into mischief. But it totally makes sense. She also thought Kramer might pair well with Phoebe from Friends. You buy that?
I buy it.
Talking about Friends, Regina says Barney from How I Met Your Mother and Joey from Friends, but they also might be mortal enemies because they'd be going after the same ladies.
I had a couple for Barney as well. Okay. Barney from How I Met Your Mother. I also had Barney with Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men.
That feels like a good match, of course. And then we have Dave chiming in. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith. What's his name in the show?
Will.
Okay. And Zach from Saved by the Bell. That is, I will admit, those are a bit, obviously I'm familiar with the shows, but a bit before my time. I haven't watched much of either. But I'll take your word for it, Dave. Brian said he'd watch a show with Barney from How I Met Your Mother and Joey from Friends for sure. That does sound like a good crossover. I feel like they should do that more. Sometimes they try to spin off sitcoms. They should just try to combo them.
They've done that a couple times, mainly with The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and those aren't usually the best episodes. Did you have any more that jumped to your mind? Because I have one that I saw that is a great one.
See, one that I really liked, Monica and Claire.
Okay.
Monica from Friends, Claire Dunphy as well from Modern Family.
Modern Family.
They would either be best friends or worst enemies. They're both like that high stress. It sounds like a panic attack to me. The two of them paired together, but they are very similar characters.
That's what I'm wondering with some of these is like you put the similar characters together. Would they actually be friends, or would they be too much too similar to where either they'd be just horrible for each other or they would fight?
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Yeah. The top one I came up with was Dwight from The Office and Ron from Parks and Rec.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wouldn't that be a good combo?
That'd be a hilarious combo.
Do you think Ron would get annoyed by Dwight?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but they still feel like they could. I don't know. And Ron might be too alpha for Dwight to deal with. I don't know. But I think I can definitely see it working because they seem to have similar interests in many ways.
100%.
I also had a question for you, similar to this. If you had to put together, if you were going on a golf outing, and so what, you normally golf, you do 4 people. So you and 3 sitcom characters. Who are you bringing?
I'm bringing, dang, that's so tough. Because I just want to pick my favorite 3.
Yeah.
Is what I want to do. But I also want to pick a good combo that would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to bring Michael Scott. But if I'm bringing Michael Scott, then I have to bring Jim.
Okay.
Because I need Jim there to make fun of him.
Yeah. Michael would be a lot to handle on his own.
Yes, but he would be so funny.
Yeah.
He would be a horrible person to play with.
Yeah.
I can't imagine him
being
bad.
good at golf.
No, he's horrible.
Yeah.
But that's the best part. Breaking all of the rules.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't be the worst one in the group.
Precisely. And then if I had to pick a third, I'm always going Phil Dunphy. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I think I like Larry from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've been watching the new season of that. He'd be fun to hang out with. And Jim from The Office is a good choice as well. And then third choice, that's tough. That's a tough third choice. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. One of them can invite somebody.
Can't answer your own question.
Yeah, I can't. It's a tough question. The last thing is, isn't it crazy that what's the best sitcom going right now? All these ones we're talking about been off the air for years.
Yeah, these are some of the legendary ones.
Yeah.
Because the characters are so great, that's how it's easy to combo them. There's so much history.
That's right. But yeah, sitcoms, I mean, people still watch them now, but it's not the same as it used to be.
There's never been a can of worms they didn't open. The Riot, RadioU.
Isaiah, what do you think? You're a gym rat, some might say.
A gym goer, I prefer.
You prefer that? You don't want to be called a rat?
I am not a gym rat.
What is your preferred music to listen to when you're working out?
I have a controversial answer to this.
Oh, you do?
Widely controversial. I'm going to get major hate for this.
Okay.
I don't really listen to music at the gym.
What do you do?
I haven't listened to music. This is crazy. I haven't listened to the music in the gym since probably like last July. And I go every day.
Yeah. Okay,
I've been on a huge stint for the past 7 months of listening to podcasts at the gym.
Wow.
I listen to people talk the whole time. I don't listen to music.
That is surprising. That is surprising to me because I was going to say I don't do much working out, but if I did, that's probably what I would do too. Just because I listen to a lot of music, but I'm always listening to podcasts pretty much. And so I feel like just for sheer efficiency to keep up on all the stuff I'm listening to, I'd probably do the same thing you do. What made you decide to switch?
Because I've gotten to the point now where my workout routine is the same every single day. I've been doing it for so long that I don't feel that I need music to get through it.
You don't need
I would rather get the information.
You don't need to get pumped up or like get in a rhythm or anything like that.
And
you don't need the motivation.
I don't need it. But it does. I know that it helps if I am listening to music, me like working out harder. I know that it would help. But at the same time, I'm trying to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, that's right. Efficiency.
It is
Efficiency. That's surprising. Now, what was I going to say? I do have a survey here that actually podcast was not a part of it. The top 8 genres to listen to while you're working out. What did you listen to before you switched to podcasts?
I listened to a mix of hip hop and like rock.
Hip hop was the clear number 1 answer in this survey of the best genres to work out to. Over a third of people, given 8 options, over a third of them chose hip hop as the best option for listening to while you work out. Rock was second.
Look at me.
Yeah.
EDM would be my third. Is EDM number 3?
No, EDM is number 4.
Number 4. That's close.
Number 4. About 10% of people. Pop music in between there, number 3.
Pop?
And
how?
Surprisingly to me, metal came in all the way down at number 5. And I know metal is probably less of a genre that is just wide appealing to people. But I thought, to me, metal and hip hop are the 2 top workout genres. Like, because you're thinking you want something to motivate you. You want you to get the blood pumping. Maybe you need a little anger, and that's metal to me. So, especially like to me, if I was going on a run, I feel like metal is the way I would go.
Metal's the way you'd lean.
I need something to propel me forward, but apparently not. Not for many people. Hip hop is the #1 workout genre.
My next question is: if you go to the gym, are you listening to the same song on repeat, or do you have a constant shuffle going?
I can't listen to the same song on repeat.
Really?
I could never do that.
Because I won't lie. If I go to the gym and I am listening to music, I'm listening to like 3 or 4 songs for the whole hour I'm there.
That's crazy.
Over and over again. This is another wild thing. I once was in a gym recently. I'm listening to a podcast. Pretty, like, there's a lot of air in between, like, the voices.
Yeah.
So I can hear things happening around me.
Yeah.
If you're listening to music, you can't hear things happening around you.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear things around me and other people's music. I was working out next to a girl who, no joke, for the whole half an hour that she was in there, listened to Britney Spears' Toxic on repeat the entire time.
Oh, no.
Every time I'd pass her.
Yeah.
She had her headphones real loud. Every single time, it was that over and over again. It was unbelievable.
That's what works for her.
It is, and she was killing it.
Yeah.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Today's question comes to us from Lincoln, who says, would you rather have a work wife? We can amend that, work spouse, because some people are questioning. Would you rather have where your significant other has a work spouse, or would you rather that your significant other thinks, rightly or wrongly, that you have a work spouse? 8772 Radio U. Let us know your thoughts. Scott says, I want the work wife because I have control of the situation then.
There you go, Scott.
Yeah. Take life by the horns there, Scott. Regina says, if my husband was texting a lot with a gal from work, I would hate it. But I have a couple close work friends, one of which is a guy, and he shares quite a few traits with my husband. So I'd rather he think I have a work husband.
Everybody wants to be the one in control, it seems.
Yeah, so far, that's what we're getting. Isaiah, what are your thoughts? First of all, have you ever been on either side of this equation?
I have not. No, I've not.
You've never had a work wife?
I've never had a work wife.
I've
never had a work wife.
Been suspected of having a work wife?
Never even, no one's ever even claimed.
Nobody wants to be even work married to you.
No, seems not so.
Yeah.
My answer to this question, I feel as if I had the choice between either my gal E having a work husband or me having a work wife, I'm 100% picking myself.
You want her to be suspicious of you.
I want her to be suspicious of me.
Okay.
And I have a good reasoning for this.
Okay, yeah, what is it?
And I can make some people upset here. That's fine. My reasoning is
you're a jealous person.
I am a jealous person, but women, so my work wife, they can be just friendly.
Okay.
Like many work wives are just friendly ladies.
Oh, yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Men, like if my gal E had a work husband, men are not as commonly just friendly. Whether he's respecting your boundaries or not, I don't trust him. I want him far away. Is that so bad to say? I trust D, but at the same time, I don't want that guy lingering around. I don't want to have to worry about whatever his name is hanging out. I don't want to hear about him. It's going to make me upset.
All right. Well, we're different. Now, I have some firsthand experience with this.
Oh, do you? You've been people claim that you've had work wives in the past?
Not here at Radio U. When I worked at Panera, though, I worked with almost exclusively women. Now, most of that time, I was not in a relationship, I think. But, I had gals I was pretty close with there that may have been work wife. That's extreme. We are also I was very young. I'm not even old enough to have a work wife, but a work girlfriend that's not like a serious thing.
Possibly.
Now, flip side, Angela has she had a work husband. When we started going out. Now, but it was like, he was like way older than her. And she has always had more friends that are guys. I'm also a pretty chill guy. I'm not the jealous type. So I am, but I hate having suspicions around me. So I am definitely going with, I think my life is going to be much more upsetting, much more difficult for me if my wife thinks I have a work wife than if she has a work husband, because I trust her. And based off of the relationships in the past, her work husbands, they've been fine. So now she works from home.
Hasn't bothered you.
But yeah, hasn't been a real red flag.
You don't like being in trouble. It sounds like.
I don't know.
I'm more used to being in trouble.
I hate conflict, and suspicions around me having a work wife feels like conflict to me.
It 100% would be conflict.
Yeah.
So you're going work husband, I'm going work wife.
Yeah.
Split 50-50.
Uh-huh.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Got another story here that just shows the folly of man, Isaiah. I mean, specifically, the folly of men. Males. Sydney Sweeney, one of the hottest names in Hollywood right now. She's really having a big moment. Definitely considered one of the more attractive ladies in Hollywood at the moment. And for now several days, there has been purported leaked photos and videos, private stuff of actress Sydney Sweeney swirling around on Twitter, X. Problem is, that's a problem in itself. The problem is these links that people are clicking on they're not even of private stuff of her that's leaked. Instead, it's downloading malware onto people's devices.
Nice.
Onto guys' devices. They're being tempted. They're being drawn in by the promise of leaked private photos and videos of Sydney Sweeney. And what they're getting instead is malware. And I can confirm right now, this is crazy. This has gone on for several days. And right now, if you go onto Twitter, you type in the letter simply SY, the third thing that comes up in like the autofill in the Twitter search is Sydney Sweeney leaked. People are desperate for this.
Bad look here.
Dudes are desperate, and they keep falling victim to this. This is no good.
And this is another one of those times where you just cannot trust the internet.
Yeah.
People are out to get you.
Mm-hmm.
If you just keep yourself in a good place where you're not looking up leaks constantly.
Yeah, seriously. Get it together.
Pull yourself together.
Get it together.
It's getting embarrassing.
Yes. This is embarrassing. Guys are having to, like, I don't know how you get malware off of where do you go?
I don't even know what malware is. I just know it's bad.
Or do you just,
I don't want it.
if you accidentally get malware? Yeah, I don't know what it is either. When you get malware on your phone, do you have to, like, take it somewhere, or do you just, like, throw it in the ocean and get a new phone?
It's over. Like, what does that do?
Because how are you going to explain to somebody? They're going to ask, where'd you get it? You're going to confess?
No, you're not confessing.
I was looking up Sydney Sweeney leaks. You can't do that.
Then what are you saying?
You can't.
It must have been some weird thing.
I thought it was Wikipedia.
A bad link. It was a bad link in my email, I think.
Doing some research, and I was trying to write a paper.
I clicked on one of those ads. I didn't know.
That's right. You can't. Nobody's going to believe you. If you get malware on your thing and you're not like an old person, nobody's going to believe you. They know what you were doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Something wrong.
And
something dirty.
In this case, that wrong thing is looking up Sydney Sweeney leaks.
Skip that one, will you?
You can't do it. Hey, look, the urges are natural, but this is not the way to address them. This isn't it.
And you don't want the malware. I don't know what it does.
Yeah.
I don't know what malware does, but I assume it's bad. Messes up your phone.
Yeah.
Your laptop. Makes it hard to search after that. I don't know.
It's probably all glitchy, I imagine. Your screen might turn into a bunch of ones and zeros. I don't know. Whatever it is, you don't want it. Don't risk it. You shouldn't be looking this up. If somebody tells you, there's many reasons, and malware is only one of them, that you shouldn't. If it's a link that says Sydney Sweeney leaks, you don't click on it.
You know somebody's going to fall for that
past.
Today. They're going to hear this break, and they're still going to fall for it.
Several. And guys with wives and girlfriends. You can't think about how you're going to explain that. You cannot. Just stop it.
Oh, imagine that.
You've got to stop. You've got to stop.
Imagine that combo with Angela. Why is there all this malware on her computer?
Nobody. I'm telling you, nobody's going to believe you. Least of all your girlfriend or wife.
Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
It's a segment we like to call Our 2 Cents. We're unlike the rest of the show. Isaiah and I get to share our unfiltered opinions, likes, and dislikes on whatever we see fit. Without further ado, this is Our 2 Cents.
Kick it off, my man.
I will lead off with a positive note. The Buffalo Sabres won last night in the NHL, and much to my surprise, they have worked themselves into the playoff race. Yes, as a hockey fan for the first time in years, the Buffalo Sabres have not made the playoffs since 2011. They have a real shot at it this year. They are 5 points out of the playoffs, and their next 2 games are against 2 of the teams that they are trying to chase down. So a chance to really make up some ground here. They're playing well. Things have turned around, and I've got hope. That's something I don't normally have in March for the Buffalo Sabres. I like it.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I got something that I like. Yesterday, made my way over to McDonald's, used the McDonald's app, got myself some free McDonald's because of all my points.
Yeah.
This morning, went to Tim Hortons because I have the Tim Hortons app.
Nice.
Got myself a $1 coffee. And I'm just there's nothing I enjoy more than being able to use the apps for these fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
Because you save so much money. If you don't have the apps, I don't know what you're doing. They make me so happy every time I use them.
Yeah, that's real smart, and it feels so much better now because when you actually pay full price for something, it's so expensive. So then when you're getting it for free or severely discounted, it feels way better.
Yeah, Wendy's, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, I use their apps daily. It's incredible. I love the apps, the fast food apps. They make me so very happy.
I got 3 words for you. You like that?
All right, well, I guess it's time for a negative note, and that is Zafira the dog peed in my bed last night.
No, Zafira.
I know. She occasionally, this has happened like 4 times. It seems like when she wants to get revenge for something. She's mad. Last night, we went out to get Chinese food. We put her in the room because there's construction going on in my neighborhood. She was just going to be barking the whole time. So we cooped her up in the bedroom, and she took that out on us. Took out her anger on us by peeing on the bed. And when she pees on the bed, it stinks. It's not just like if I peed the bed, it would be one thing. But when she pees, it smells so bad. It's really hard to get the smell out. And so I don't like that.
No, sir. I didn't like it.
I have something I don't like, and some people aren't going to like this. A small group of people are going to hate this. I don't like motorcycles. I don't think people should ride them, and the reason I'm so salty about them today is because yesterday I was driving, and I got backed up for what felt like 15 minutes, an unreasonable amount of time to be stuck in traffic at a terrible time of the day because somebody was riding a motorcycle and crashed themselves. They didn't hit anybody. It was a self-crash. They crashed themselves. And I'm just like, and I rode dirt bikes growing up. I loved riding dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Motorcycles, no one has ever been on one of those and felt safe. Even if you ride every day, you've never been like, I should be safe on this thing. You're just not. And so the motorcycles, if you ride it, that's fine. I like dirt bikes. I grew up riding them. But they're so darn dangerous. And anytime I see a dude on the side of the road that just crashed one, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's just
Does this extend to all of it? Is this like crotch rockets, Harleys, everything?
All of them.
Yeah,
Whisk them all to the side. I mean, yet again,
many are not going to like this.
They are going to like that. You know what? If you ride a motorcycle, that's fine. I'm sure you can hear me really well on your motorcycle right now on the highway. But I'm sure that you love your motorcycle. Yet again, I rode dirt bikes. But motorcycles, just get a dirt bike. It's way safer. Get yourself off the road. Crashing on dirt feels way better than crashing on the concrete. I don't like it.
No, sir. I didn't like it.
Well, that's our 2 cents.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.